Boom! All right. I hope this time it's fixed. I realized what the issue was. If this doesn't work, I'll for sure have it done next time. Hey, everybody, what's up? We're a little late, but me and Mike were both incredibly busy, but we really badly want to talk about this because I love this movie a crap load more than I thought I was going to, because I went in with expectations that were located 5 stories below the floor, and I ended up loving it. So, Mike, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the live-action adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog. In this movie, Sonic tries to navigate the complexities of life on Earth with his newfound best friend, a human named Tom Wachowski, played by the former Cyclops, James Marsden.
There, not to get off topic too much right away, but I was watching I can't remember what it was, but it was some website was making them take what Sonic character would you be, and James Marsden, every time he could, and I guess he's done this in other movies that him and Ben Schwartz have been in together, nonstop brings up that he was Cyclops in X-Men just to make Schwartz mad.
Nice.
Right, go ahead.
Anyway, so these two must join forces to prevent the evil Dr. Robotnik from capturing Sonic and using his powers for world domination.
All that fun stuff. All right, I will let you go first since you literally just got out of seeing it, correct? Mike? You still there? Okay, it's okay. All right, you literally just got out of seeing it, so I will let you go ahead.
Yeah, so this is my second time seeing it, and well, it wasn't quite as fresh the first time. It's still just a lot of fun. My 2 favorite things about this movie are, 1, Sonic himself. I think Ben Schwartz. I don't know if I'm ready to call him the best Sonic voice, but I like the sort of youthful, like, jovial nature that he brought to the character. Like, yeah. He really, like, he describes his version as a really excited child.
Oh yeah, that would sound
and that comes through a lot.
Yeah.
And my other favorite thing is Jim Carrey being vintage 90s Jim Carrey.
I was just gonna say he's the most 90s Jim. He might be more 90s Jim Carrey than he was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I saw from the trailers and stuff like that this was Jim Carrey acting like how Jim Carrey should act. But man, there was just everything about this movie there was only like one line, and we'll get to the few very little things that I didn't like about this, but yeah, the things I loved about this, they went hard with going like, you know what? We're going to get all the teeny tiny ticks of all the Sonic, like, Sonic lore's dumb. Let's not get too far past it.
Not only is it dumb, but it doesn't even know what it is.
No, there's Archie comics, there's regular comics, there's the games, there's
the anime.
There's so much stuff. Look up originally how I think it's the comics version, how originally Sonic himself became a thing. It's weird. It involves experimentation on Robotnik with animals. It's messed up. But yeah, but what I was gonna say was they got in where he came from. To my knowledge, Longclaw's made up, but there is an owl character that looked after him at some point, but I can't think of what it's called at the top of my head because there was so many lists of all this stuff. Like, they had those characters that looked just like Knuckles. Correct me if I'm wrong, in the beginning.
I'm convinced one of them is Knuckles.
Yeah, and James Willems, a guy who he was in the room. I watched Funhouse. They have a thing called Filmhouse I watch quite a bit. And Adam brought up a really good point for what the sequel could be, where I'll just get to it right away, that basically at the end of this, when, spoiler alert, we'll get to later on, this is a spoiler review, comes through a portal at the end of the movie to come get Sonic, that the second movie involves Sonic going after Chaos Emeralds, and he has to fight against Knuckles, kind of like how the game was, where Robotnik's pulling the strings to make Knuckles think that Sonic is evil. And then you have to deal with the fact that possibly Knuckles killed Longclaw. That would be awesome. But yeah, they made those things look way too much like Knuckles to have one of them not be Knuckles. But anyway, the thing I was going to get at is there's a lot of dumb meme stuff that gets to be with Sonic, and I'm like, they're going to try and crowbar some of it in here, and it's going to feel awful. It didn't. There was one scene where I'm like, that was the most smooth transition of any dumb Sonic meme ever. When they have Crazy Carl come up and they're like, I swear to God, I saw him. He looked just like this. And they put the freaking Sonic photo. I was crying. I almost fell out of my chair in the theater. It was me, a dad, and his 2 kids. They had no idea what that picture meant. And I was dying. I'm like, that makes so much sense. For a guy that's never actually seen him, that's what he draws Sonic to look like. That was so perfect. Smart. Oh, it was so good. And then just when he sets the trap off, he's like, I know you're real. No, I'm not. Crazy Carl was one of the best parts. Of I was so worried because I'm like, they're putting this in the real world. Is this just going to be an excuse to have dumb people that he has to put up with? Everyone in the town I thought was funny. I have to think of the cop's name again.
Wade.
Wade. Oh my Lord, Wade was the best. Wade was so good.
I think I liked him more the second time than the first because I was ready for it.
I liked everything in this movie more the second time. Just him sitting he's just like the whole power's out and he's just watching the phone blazing off the hook like, Tom's not here. I don't know what to do. The stupid Tom speed gunning a snail, or not a snail, a turtle.
A turtle
was the most small town I do nothing with my day job thing I think I might have ever seen in a movie.
Speaking of the turtle, the scene where I knew that this movie was going to be a whole lot of fun was Sonic taking the turtle on a joyride.
And it goes out of his hand. Oh my gosh. When we had the whole in media res thing where he's talking about she was born without bones in her body. That's Pretzel Lady. I was just like, oh yes. Ben, I need to hear your monologue on everything. He calls him Donut Lord. This movie had 6 characters in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all great. And they're all good. It's so good. This is such a tight, well-knit, didn't try to be anything more than it needed to be movie. And it was awesome. I loved it. Oh gosh. What are some other great things?
Let me just bring this up. I love the use of the rings. Mm-hmm. I thought at first that the rings being portals was something new to this movie, but one of my friends reminded me that that's from the first game.
It is. That's how you got in your bonus stages. You went through a ring. Yep. I'm like, that's really freaking smart. Oh, they're doing everything right. Oh. What was I going to say? Again, another review that I listened to, because everyone that I like from movie reviewers, I listened to for this. And another one was Castle Super Beast. They're a couple of Let's Players that used to be super best friends, and then they split off. I still listen to their podcast. If you can put up with a 4-hour-long podcast, it's really good. Go listen to it. But they were talking about how the things that made them laugh the most, and one of them was Sonic, and then the other one was how in a random back alley in the back road in the middle of Montana, they have the coolest biker bar to ever be constructed by man.
Oh my God.
And you have Sonic going, I don't need it. I don't need it. And then it cuts back and they're doing donuts while crowd surfing on top of a motorcycle. And then there's 2 women freaking arm wrestling. And Sonic just God damn it.
Can we talk about how great that bar fight scene was?
It's so good. And everyone's gonna be like, they just ripped off Quicksilver, whatever. I'm like, so what? it was more innocent and it was so fun.
About that, before that bar scene, I'll be honest, even I was kind of getting tired of the like the Quicksilver stick, but this is probably the most fun version of that.
Yeah.
Because it's Sonic.
Yeah. And like you said, it's like what Ben described him. He's a child. This is getting to see what a kid would do in this situation. And it was great. and it's like, and also this movie was so fully aware of just this, and like, this is a kid's movie. I fully understand this is a kid's movie, but there was moments where they're just like, we're rolling with the punches, and it just worked. Like him explaining the skin condition for why he looks like the way he does to that waitress. And oh my gosh, I could go through every minute of this movie and tell you why I liked it, because this movie, it was just great. It was so wholesome. It was so much fun. This is a movie we did not need to have, and now I want 5 of them.
Same.
And we can, because it's doing really good.
Now I have a question, because we've kind of been avoiding the elephant in the room. What would you have thought of this movie before they redesigned Sonic?
I still would have liked it, but I would have thought Sonic looked like trash. And like, if they would have, honestly, you could have fixed that old design of Sonic really easy. Put gloves on him,
mm-hmm.
darken up his fur, and take away those god-awful teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And again, Wooly on Castle Super Beast, I will forget. This is one complaint I'm going to sneak in early, and it's not a complaint. It's just they were on a time crunch and they had to have it kind of thing, where it's the one point of where that old nightmarish Sonic is still there. Can you guess where it is? Where they could not, I want to say, work out the fact that the old Sonic design is in the movie at one point?
I want to say it's somewhere in like the beginning.
No, it's in the right middle, when he's trying to get the bomb off.
Oh, okay.
It's stuck to his glove that he can't just take off. Because I bet you in the original thing, and Wooly pointed this out, that it was stuck to his hands, and they never reanimated it to have him rip his glove off.
Okay.
That's about that. And I'm just like, I didn't think about that. But you know what? They also had James Marsden chuck the bomb and have it come back and be stuck on his head. So either way, I get it. That's another thing. We didn't talk about this enough. Jim Carrey's little partner, Agent Stone.
Oh my God.
Could have been absolutely nothing, but he was the best. In their relationship, I could see a whole movie with just those two, and then Sonic being a side character. Like, throw yourself up against the wall. Their relationship was so good. Is he still looking at me? Yeah, he is. Tell him to stop or look up his search history.
Okay, I gotta sneak in a negative of my own. They wasted Neil McDonough for basically
thank you
for basically just the trailer.
Do you like how his entire part was in the trailer? You and me talked about this, how excited I was that Neil McDonough's in this freaking movie, and he was gone. And I, like, my roommate went with me the second time, and I told him, I'm like, Neil McDonough's one of my favorite character actors. He does not get enough work. I'm so damn happy, because it was like, they're going to have like 4 actors in this movie outside of Sonic. He'll be one of them. No. He got maybe 2 minutes, said 9 words, and just got embarrassed by Jim Carrey, which, why would you get Neil McDonough to do that? That is wasting your budget. No one's going to care that Neil McDonough, except for you and me, that he was that sergeant for 2 seconds.
Like they could have gotten anybody for that part.
Anybody at all. You know what that would have been a perfect spot for? To have some game developer who's famous for doing something for Sonic in.
Yeah. That
would have been perfect.
Although, speaking of Sonic Easter eggs, one of the voice of Grounder from the '93 animated series is one of the government officials.
Are you serious?
I found this out on Twitter.
Oh no, I did not know that. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I have to go watch it again. That was one thing. I was also waiting for like, isn't the other one's like Scratch?
Yeah, I
It's like
think.
I can't remember because Grinder is the little guy, and then the chicken thing. I want to say it was Scratch. I was waiting so bad. I was like, have one of those stupid robots look like Scratch or Grinder. Please have one of his robots look like it. And he didn't. I was like, gosh dang it. But if they could, if you make something stupid in one of the sequels and it looks like one of those two, I'm gonna be so happy. But yeah, oh, gosh dang it. There was a point I was gonna make. Like everybody had really good chemistry in here. I did not expect the wife, no, not the wife, his wife's sister.
Hold on, I'm looking up her name right now because she was in another movie earlier this year called Like a Boss as like one of the friends of the two like the two main characters.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, her name is Natasha Rothwell, and I didn't like her as much the first time, but the second time, her delivery just cracked me up.
Yeah,
especially once she gets tied to the chair.
This is my house. Talking like she's not even there. Also, and like that was going to lead into Hershey was really good. JoJo, her daughter, was really good. The fact that they made a really sweet moment out of getting his red shoes.
Yeah, that was surprising. That was surprisingly really, really heartfelt.
That was awesome. Like they even like look at his poor feet and all this stuff. They got the red shoes in there. They got the chili dog in there. They got Sonic in there.
By the way, pop quiz.
Oh boy.
Why is the town named? Why did they name the town Green Hills?
Okay, I know the answer that was on a list because a lot of people were like, the zone is called Green Hill Zone, and the thing is called Green Hills. But from what I found out, there is a level in the Game Gear version that's called Green Hills. Supposedly.
Well, I was just gonna say that Green Hill Zone is like that's what that level is referred to.
Oh yeah, but then a lot of people were like hardcore Sonic fans were like, it's called Green Hill Zone, not Green Hills. I'm like, Green Hills sounds better for a town name.
Yeah, they grounded the name so it like sounds like a small town.
Yeah, and then I also found out like I know of Sonic mostly from the cartoons, like, and I played the games, but I don't remember like all the levels. The road sign for his ping pong table was a level name too, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then
there's a lot more Easter eggs that I'm still kind of hunting.
Yeah, and I guess that map had a bunch of levels and stuff on it too. And I guess I still need to look back and watch it. Apparently, there's a Chaos Emerald on the map.
I did see that the first time. So you know Chaos Emeralds are coming.
Oh yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, the whole scene with Jim Carrey going into the house was really good. We're just going to be skipping back and forth. Our negatives are going to be really short. The setting up him having to leave was really good. Sonic tearing his head off about leaving was good. That whole chase scene on the highway.
Oh, that was like that was really impressive.
I didn't expect that. I knew it was going to be there obviously because it was in the trailers, but
and also Tim Miller, who is in charge of Blur Studios, like he is all about highway scenes.
Yeah. Do you remember Deadpool 1? He was all right in there. God, yeah, that was, man. This whole movie was so good. Then the ending fight. All right. I was pissed at the end fight, and not because it was bad. I came this close to guessing the exact ending of this movie.
Oh?
This close. Because They do the stupid thing nowadays where they show you the end of the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't like that.
They showed a lot of the end of this movie in those trailers, like a lot. And like they showed Robotnik in full-on cartoon mode, like twirly bar mustache in the first like Gangster's Paradise trailer for Sonic, which I still can't believe they got used in the Sonic trailer. And I was like, okay, Sonic gets brought here through a trailer, through a portal. I'm like, I bet at the end of this movie, to save everyone, Sonic transports him and Robotnik to whatever Sonic level, and then the next movie happens where he like meets Tails, does all this.
Well, you were half right.
That's what I'm like. I was really damn close when he hit him through the portal and the portal closed. I looked over at my roommate. I'm like, that close. But they even had a cool moment in that ending scene that they didn't ruin for James Marsden, where he was standing up for him, and they kind of had the Spider-Man 1 New York bridge scene where it's like, that's our Spider-Man, but that's our sheriff. Don't mess with him. Oh, man. Jim Carrey. I need to go back because I almost forgot about this line. Jim Carrey goes from being really childish to being really mild to being really dark at some points. Because, like, at that end scene, he's like, I don't mean to sound, what is it, crass, but someone should get some ice.
I don't mean to sound insensitive.
Insensitive, that's what it was. Someone should get some ice to preserve the body. I'm like, this is a kid's movie. Holy crap.
Yeah, the things they get away with.
Yeah. Also, the other reference, he did get in an Eggman in there. I was quite happy that they somewhat fluidly got in an Eggman reference.
Oh yeah, because his little drones look like eggs.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, man, even his wife was good. The little, do we need to describe exactly how chill I'm being right now? Can we compliment how much I'm keeping my cool at this current moment? Oh yeah, and then they got in Gotta Go Fast. They got that in there twice with Sonic and with JoJo. Just running around in circles around the house. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Oh, that was great. And then the other. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I have any like big negatives except for just like generally speaking. I feel like the only reason this movie is set on Earth is because Sonic himself was, you know, a little bit too expensive for, or not too expensive, but Blur likes to keep things under 100 million.
Yeah, and I want to say, wasn't it 60 million before they did the redesign?
I think it was like 80 something.
It was 80, but either way, it was at a good level for having the full-fledged character in there.
Yeah, the range is 81 to 95 million.
Okay. But yeah, and now that they know that it can make money and like they don't have to waste it on a redesign, which go watch this movie. The redesign was great. There was only one point where I thought it didn't look good, and it was for about 2 seconds. When they're looking up at the Trans-America building, there is a small scene where it's like against a flat textured background, and you see Tom, his wife, and Sonic. And like Sonic's just kind of like standing like this, and he looks incredibly flat, like up against the background. It looks like they just put like a JPEG over him because he didn't have to move. But other than that, he looked really good throughout the whole movie. Like his fur, the coating on his quills and stuff looked really good, and it's really good.
Yeah, like there's only like kind of brief moments when the CGI looks not, it doesn't look as polished as it does in other scenes.
Yeah, and considering how fast of a job that studio did,
yeah,
aces.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, but like the end fight scene, they had the classical moment, "He's my friend," which they said in trailer. The lightning blast, which they showed in the trailer. But that whole moment, leading up was good. And they had that really great heartfelt moment where like he's basically their kid now. And he's like, you have to go back to your cave. And they moved all this stuff up into the attic. That was really good. That was awesome. Man, it was a good heartfelt kids movie, but you can enjoy it. Your level of how much you like Sonic will partially show you enjoying this movie, but it is written well enough to where you can like it as an adult.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is it on the Pixar level where it's like it's a kid movie that adults are meant to like? No. But you can enjoy it as an adult. And I have to ask you this, and I'm wondering about this because it's been bugging the piss out of me. So, big spoiler alert time. Good old Miles Prower shows up at the end of this movie. Good old Tails. Shows up, and not my roommate, but one of my other buddies that went to the theater, I'd seen it the second time, and the end credits scene's even awesome. I'm like, watch the end credits. There's a short thing. And then my buddy sitting next to me is like, man, I was really hoping to see Tails in this movie. So I started like patting his leg. He's like, what? And then that portal opens. He starts screaming, ah! But Tails is in here, and he's got his classic design. So, like, morbid curiosity me is wondering, did they have classic design Tails, really weird looking Sonic, or is there a nightmare fuel Tails sitting on an undisclosed flash drive somewhere that we'll never get to see what it looks like because they didn't want to show Tails was coming in the movie? And they fixed them behind the scenes.
I have a feeling that Tails was never going to be in the first movie, that they threw him in at the last minute.
Okay. And he's apparently being voiced by the person that does...
Yeah, the current voice actress, who is Colleen Villard.
Yeah. Which... You know what? I thought of it. You know who they should have got to be that general that Neil McDonough was?
Who?
They should have got Jaleel White.
There we go.
The OG voice, they should have got him. That would have been perfect. Then he could have said, you want to know what he could have said? When he says that and he walks away, he could have been like, that's no good. And it just would have been so perfect. Gosh, dang it. That's a free one, Paramount. Get him in the next movie. Have him do it. But yeah, he shows up. That next movie, if we get to see, we're going to get to see Tails, obviously, and they're going to get a sequel. It's doing really well.
Oh, of course.
Please, Knuckles. Please. And if you could get any music, have Knuckles' theme from Sonic Adventure.
Ooh,
it's awesome. It's so good. You guys want a good version of it. Speaking of Castle Super Beast I mentioned earlier, look up Little V-Mill on YouTube. He does a heavy metal cover of it with Wooly from Super Best Friends. It's awesome. It's really good. But all right, what other positives do we have to talk about before we talk about our few negatives here?
I think I've covered everything that I have to say about positives.
Okay. We need to mention the elephant in the room here, because this was just them not thinking. So Sonic, this is just a logic thing. And again, it's a kid's movie, so the kids aren't going to care. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, there's a Transamerica building. Sonic's just going to run up the building and go grab the rings. No. He gets stopped somehow. He's like, you need a key. Like, who told you need a key? How'd you know you need a key? And then after they get up there, Sonic runs up the building and down it after they get attacked by Robotnik. I'm like, guys, come on.
That kind of felt like filler.
Yeah, they had to get the joke with him being in the duffel bag and all that. And my honest to God, I should say I have two other complaints. One's really tiny. Again, one of them's Neil McDonough. Should have been in the movie. Two, I wish they would have spent a little bit more time fleshing out Tom and Sonic.
Yeah.
Because they have all the cool buddy moments at the end, and I'm like, you had the bar scene, you had that scene at the house, which you could have just done some more lines to make them look a little closer. Like they had the save a life that triggered the response in him. I get stuff like that. I just wish they would have had a couple more
Something need to go in between the bar fight or the bar like the bar in general and getting to JoJo's house or whatever her sister's name is.
Yeah, like Rachel. If they would have like if they would have had a stop off from the bar where they like talked about something before they got to the hotel. Or if they would have had a longer moment in the hotel, I guess. But that was minor.
Or put another scene before the bar.
That could have been. Could have done something like that, something minor.
The point still stands. Like if this movie was just 5 minutes longer, we could have fleshed out their friendship a little more.
Yeah, but like that's minor. That's like the legit only thing where I'm like that it wasn't good. There was there was one joke with Jim Carrey where I still laugh at that freaking rock reconnaissance thing. That was not it. That's not the bad joke. That was gold.
Yeah, I love that.
The joke where it was like, you sorry, but you weren't trained to track footprints by Native American shadow wolves. I'm like, that one was a little bit over the top. Other than that, all the jokes are funny.
The second time I saw the movie, when he said that line, I was just kind of distracted by the thought of he has a quill. Do you think he'll use that to make Shadow in the third movie?
Oh damn! I didn't think about that. It'd be either Shadow or Metal Sonic. It'd be one of the two. I'd much rather prefer Shadow. That'd be really good. Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, that brings us to this portion of the review. Things we want to see in the inevitable sequel.
Keanu Reeves as Shadow.
Yes.
I would watch the crap out of that. No, like Keanu Reeves or like something like man, who Keanu Reeves would be a good one just because I want to see Keanu Reeves in there. Who would be a good voice for Shadow?
Besides bringing back Jason Griffith for the fans.
Yeah. Shadow and Knuckles. Who would be good voices for those two?
Knuckles is tough. Part of me wants to say like this is gonna sound really, really cheesy, but John Cena.
Oh my god. That would be really cheesy. Man, yeah, I get what you're going for there, but it's like, oh man. I don't know, I just popped Batista just popped in my head.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Every overly muscular person is popping in my head, but I'm like, the voice isn't gonna match just because the guy's muscular, so I'm trying to think in my head. Oh man. And then and depending on where you go with Shadow for what you want to do for voices, you could who would be a really good out of left field version for Shadow? Because you're either going to have the evil, overly sinister, or the ridiculous M16 toting Shadow the Hedgehog off of that game. I can't remember what it was for. I think it was for the GameCube, but so
are you talking about the Shadow solo game?
Yeah. Where you can have him be good or bad, and he like knocks out Sonic and somehow cocks an M16 like a shotgun. I don't get what they were going for.
Oh boy,
but, man, it was something else. I don't know. I'm skipping on that one. I'm not quite sure.
if they wanted to hire like an anime voice actor, I was thinking Chuck Huber.
Chuck Huber wouldn't be bad. It'll never happen. It would never happen. But Johnny Young Bosch wouldn't be bad.
Ooh, I like that.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yuri Lowenthal.
Yuri would be good. Yuri would be perfect. Yeah, I'd be very okay with Yuri Lowenthal. I really actually like that option quite a bit. Johnny or Yuri, I'd be okay with both of those. Okay, if we're gonna go by anime voice actors, then who could be Knuckles?
A lot of Sonic X fans would like love to hear Dan Green play him again.
He would be good. Man, Knuckles is a hard one because like he's technically kind of Rastafarian because he's like an islander, but he's also a muscular dude who's known for being kind of a brawler. Man, that is so hard. Put in the comments who you think would be good for voicing Knuckles, because I am blanking hard. I have no idea. But yeah. But anyway, do you have any other negatives?
Not really. I think we covered most of them already.
Yeah. Like we kind of basically said what we'd like to see. Well, I said what I would like to see in a sequel. It's what Adam Kovic said. I don't know what you would want to see in a sequel, but
well, let me say this. I want there to be at least like 3 more films. In the second movie, I want to see Sonic going up against Knuckles and having Robotnik kind of being like the puppet master.
Yeah, making him think Sonic's evil.
I don't know if I want to introduce the Chaos Emeralds. I want to introduce the Chaos Emeralds in the second one, but don't make them the MacGuffin until the third one.
Yeah, and it'd be really easy to do because that's what Knuckles is guarding. He's guarding one of them, so you could just show that was some like prized treasure thing that's on the island that he's on. Like he thinks that's what Sonic's going for the entire time, but he never says what it is that he's going for. And there's something else that Sonic's trying to do. And then when he realizes he's not going for the Chaos Emerald, that's when he realizes that Robotnik's been playing him the whole time. Yeah.
And then for number 3, that's when we introduce Shadow.
Oh man, they have to have him have that quill for a reason because he's not powering technology with it yet, and he's gonna start. Man, now that I know he has that, oh man, getting to see Shadow. Oh gosh,
like if we only get these 3, then that's a perfectly solid trilogy right there.
Oh, it is. It's an amazing trilogy. God, the ultimate edgelord on the big screen. Oh man, that would be something else. Just seeing him pop up in that trailer is going to have so much crap. And it's like there's all these people are like they're going to have to make like possible just short cameo references to like the stupidly large amount of random Sonic things that just like Vector the crocodile. If they put Big the Cat in one of those movies, I'm going to scream. Just because he's the worst. Amy.
Some of the Sonic Set AM characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, man.
You got to include them.
You do. It'll be interesting to see how they do it. Like it'll be interesting to see what going forward, how much of this they base in Earth. Because if they start getting courageous with their budget, then you'll get to see more. And like you said, if they keep imploring Blur Studios is going to be really tight. But if they've got the designs and stuff made already,
then they can, expand out.
Yeah. And as long as you do it just right and you do in certain things, you can mold places to kind of look like Sonic levels a little bit. Obviously not scrap metal zone, stuff like that. You're obviously going to have some things in there, but
Right.
Yeah. God, seeing Shadow, man. Ever since you remind, like, I remember he had the quill, obviously, because he's looking at it when he's throwing agents. I have to wonder if they had the Agent Stone joke at the end of the movie thought out, and then they came up with Agent Stone.
That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if they wrote that backwards.
Because that's too perfect. You can't tell me they were just like, oh yeah, then he'll have a rock at the end of the movie, and he says reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. Grasp on my sanity, still full. Yeah, that's why you're shaving your head and you look like a moron.
Was he using mud as shaving cream?
Yeah, it was something like that. What are you wearing? It's a flight suit. That's our dumb excuse to get him his costume. It's a flight suit. And also the goggles that have no straps, but somehow are stuck to his head no matter where he puts them. I'm like, are they magnets? What? How is he doing this? I'm like, it's a Sonic movie. Why am I asking questions?
Exactly.
Oh, man. But, yeah. And then also, I didn't learn, just small fact before we head out here. I didn't know this in the movie, but the one part I thought was a little bit overdone the first time, but then the second time I laughed at it, was like the green screen in the back of his van where he was like skiing and then he had the Tyrannosaurus bite. I guess that was an old Dick Van Dyke joke where like Dick would duck his head and act like he didn't have it. I guess that's a thing he had because Dick was, I guess, recently on the show that Jim Carrey does for, I want to believe it's Showtime.
Kidding.
I guess he was on there and he gets along with Dick Van Dyke really well, so he wanted to stick that joke in there. But yeah, like, you got anything else you really want to say? Because I think without going through every scene that we liked.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, go see it. I was expecting a 3 and I got an 8.
Yeah, I'm like 8.5.
Yeah,
this is just like really. This is like really solid entertainment.
Yeah, and it's like we said, it doesn't try anything special. It's just a movie. It has Sonic in it. They played it real safe, and it's also, again, preface this statement with the bar was not real high. Mm-hmm. Is the highest grossing video game movie of all time. So,
one more parting thought. For future video game movies, I think it's best if you want to keep the genre going, you need more of like the Detective Pikachus and the Sonic, the Hedgehogs, and then your more mature games. Those are like extras. Yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is video game movies need to appeal to a wide audience first.
Yeah, and it's like, and this is for video game movie. This drives me nuts. Most video games, you should not make movies. You should make TV shows.
Yes.
Because Sonic, game you could beat in 8 hours. Real easy to make a video game, make a movie off of. Detective Pikachu. That was just an idea that was really cool that happened to work out. That was based off of whatever. Warcraft.
You can't do Warcraft in 2.5 hours.
You can't. And then they're like, we're trying to make a Mass Effect movie. You know who would pay for the budget of that Mass Effect movie itself from going to the theater? This guy. But you can't fit a Mass Effect movie in 3 hours. They need to pick video games like Last of Us. Anything that's like a 12-hour game max.
Yeah, something that's self-contained.
That is self-contained, or you need to kind of like what the MCU does and kind of like what Christopher Nolan did with Batman, where they wrote the movie and then put the pieces in where they fit. Like it was Captain America, spy thriller. We have a guy who's going to infiltrate. Who can do that? Hydra can do that. They came up with the plot and then put the pieces together afterwards. They didn't go, we need Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Big the Cat, Vector the Crocodile. Make a plot. Those pieces don't fit together. I don't care. We need those in there. Don't do it that way. The formula works. Do it that way. Figure out your plot and then put it in. Because this didn't need to be a Sonic movie.
Yeah, it could have been any of the family road trip movies.
Exactly. But they made it work with Sonic because they thought of something and then molded it kind of around the area of which Sonic could be involved in. That's a good way to do it. And like you said, make sure you can actually get the bills paid before you think too much.
Mm-hmm.
And don't try too hard. Basic. Love of God, basic. Get what you need out only. Because otherwise you get stuff like Hitman and Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God.
But yeah, all right. We're rambling at this point. We really liked it. Go see it because it's good. But also go see it because that studio deserves love for what it did before it got shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Please. It was terrible, that the good work that they put in, the good grace for this movie that they did, and they're not reaping anything from it. I just hope that Blur Studios had openings.
Yeah.
But Mike, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Twitter at Captain K42, Letterboxd, Coach K42, and look for me in all the various movie Facebook groups just at my name, Michael K.
And you can find me on this YouTube channel and everywhere else at Organoid Zero. What do you think we're doing next?
We will get back to you on that.
Okay, because I didn't think about that until we opened this review up, but I'm like, I don't know what movies are coming out. Really don't. But all right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.